Hello, good morning, Namaskar. Today I am going to discuss about diet management in homeopathic practice, part 2. In part 1, we see what is diet and what is description about diet and diet management in organon of medicine explained by our master Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. Today we discuss about different types of diet and dietary restriction. Hence, a homeopath should impose a restriction not according to disease, but the restriction depend upon the simillimum that the symptoms of the case may require from time to time. In homeopathy, diet management is depends upon according to disease, according to patient and according to medicine. So in homeopathy, diet restriction not according to disease but the restriction depend upon the simillimum that the symptoms of the case may require from time to time. The chances of success of cure by the infinitesimal dose can be enhanced if the approach to the prescribing problem is more scientific and rational. And a homeopathic physician should always be more careful as such guidelines are not wanting in our literature unlike those in the modern system. For instance, in case of a patient whose gastric symptom call for china, a physician should ask him to avoid fruits or else the patient will not improve. However, a high potency of china is administered since china indigestion is aggravated by fruits. Understanding of these dietetic restrictions to equip a physician in waging a scientific and systematic war against disease rather than just grouping in the dark. It is sometimes more important, as Dr. Bojnas of Moscow emphasized, after a complete cure, even the diet restriction should be followed for a further year at least. Among patients of this class, some will be able to digest some of the forbidden articles and not other without detriment to health to their health. Some can take eggs and milk but no fish. Most are decidedly averse to flesh meat. A strict adherence to the diet during treatment benefits all categories of patients and more so those afflicted with chronic miasmatic affections. It is almost imperative that these patients change their food habits according to the type of the affection. According to the Hindu philosophy, diets are also classified into three categories: sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Sattvic is derived from the word sattvic is derived from a Sanskrit word sattva. Sattva is a concept from Indian yogic philosophy. It means one that is pure, true, ethical, energetic, clean, strong, wise and vital. Thus, a sattvic diet is meant to include foods which comply to its meaning. Sattvic food benefits. It promotes whole, nutrient dense food, reduce chronic disease risk, promotes weight loss, promoted longevity, provides physical and mental strength, good for digestion. This is the benefit of sattvic foods. Ayurveda was originally grounded in the idea that we can experience freedom from suffering by upcoming into harmony with the four pillars of health, which includes ahar, vihar, nidra, brahmacharya. Ahar, eating foods that nourish our bodies and minds. Vihar, living in alignment with nature's rhythm. Nidra, appropriate sleep. Brahmacharya, management of our energy, particularly sexual energy, both in our physical action and in our mind. We come into balance in these four areas of life by increasing sattva. This guide aims to provide information on ahar, eating sattvic foods that connect you with your higher consciousness. Sattvic food are grown with mindful practices. They digest easily and provide the strength and vitality you are meant to naturally hear. Here in sattvic food, organic, non-GMO, ideally from your own garden. Non-GMO means genetic modification, वैसा खाद्य पदार्थ जिसका जेनेटिक मॉडिफिकेशन नहीं किया गया हो, जो हमारे खेतों में उपज होती है, हमारे बागानों में होती है और सदियों से जिसका हम सेवन कर सकते हैं. Rajasic food. This is food that is fresh but heavy. It includes non-vegetarian food like meat, fish, eggs and chicken, all whole pulses and dals, hot spices like chilies, pepper and all vegetables including onion and garlic. The Rajasic diet is also cooked fresh and is nutritious. Rajasic food benefits. Overexcites the mind and body, leads to hyperactivity, cause overexertion of the body, cause of stress and anxiety, causes magnified feeling of anger. In tamasic food include meat, fish, onion, garlic, mushrooms, overripe and underripe fruits and vegetables. In addition, some fermented foods like vinegar, bread, pastries, cake, alcohol and even leftover the stale food are considered tamasic. Tamasic foods benefit brings stagnation in thinking, causes laziness, causes intense mood swing, irritability and craving, reduces lifespan. So we see sattvic, rajasic and tamasic food. Dietetic restriction means कब क्या खाना है या किसके साथ क्या नहीं खाना है. Dietetic restriction for patients suffering from various elements often differ from one system of medicine to the other, chiefly depending upon the basic approach of a doctor to the disease or the patient. While in the Western system of medicine, it is the duty of a dietitian to advise on the diets suitable for a particular patient and therefore diet therapy is a branch of dietetics. The diet consideration in Ayurveda are predominantly based on basic principle of kapha, vata and pitta. In homeopathy, the dietetic restriction mainly are applied to the patient and not to the disease. It has been discussed earlier. Let us now consider briefly the principles and practice of diet therapy in some of the leading system of medicine. Modern system of medicine, the dietary services in hospitals have the following objectives: to serve appetizing and nourishing meal to patient, to plan and execute suitable diet which in addition will have a therapeutic effect, to provide these diets as economically as possible. The main consideration in suggesting a particular diet is the pathological findings. For example, in case of metabolic diseases like diabetes, gout, renal calculi and uremia, a special diet, namely sugar, low purine, low fat, low uric acid and low protein diet respectively are recommended. These are suggested on consideration such as role of insulin in carbohydrate, protein and fat metabolism and rise in blood sugar in case of a diabetic patient which demands low intake of sugar. Similarly, in case of gout, the uric acid level rise in sodium urate monohydrate crystals deposit in the joints leading to gouty conditions. As uric acid is a breakdown product of purines, it is considered but natural that the diet of a gout patient should be of low purine or purine free. However, no sound correlationship has so far been established between uric acid and gout. In case of renal calculi, if the stone are found to the cloak oxalate, which is true in majority of cases, then the low calcium, low oxalic acid diet is recommended. In case of uremia or chronic renal failure, the number of functional nephrons is reduced, leading to defective excretion of urea and its accumulation in the body. Hence, a low protein diet is recommended in case of renal calculi. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. We continue this topic in a next series, that is part 3 and onwards. Thank you.